Hello! A week ago, I got to experience the sneak peek of Tomorrowland the movie in the 4D theater at Tomorrowland in Disneyland. I got freakishly excited for the upcoming movie release and suggested that it might be another E.T., Star Wars, or Raiders of the Lost Ark for a new generation. Yesterday the movie came out and I learned I was wrong. And so are many of the other reviews you might see for this movie, because it just may be even better, or at least more important, than I originally expected. I'm not going to talk too much about the movie itself here, but about reviews of the movie and what they might mean for us, the viewing public. Especially, I want to review the reviews of three people I love and admire greatly: Maxwell Glick, Katie Wilson, and Andre Meadows. You should know who these people are already because they're all awesome YouTubers, but if you don't know who they are, don't worry, I will put links to each of their channels down in the doobly-doo. They'll tell you that the movie Tomorrowland was okay, with some good acting, some strong action sequences, and a nice message, but perhaps confusing plot and an excessively in-your-face and knock-you-over-the-head preachy didactic message that was way too obvious. They suggest that the movie tried to do too much and that it could have been 2 or 3 movies and that there wasn't nearly enough Tomorrowland in Tomorrowland. I can understand and agree with all of that. So how can I say that this movie was possibly better and certainly more important than I originally expected? Well, we need to take a look at that preachy quality. And this could get to be a touch spoilerish, so if you'd like to see the movie without any preconceived notions or influence from outside, and you haven't seen it yet, stop watching now, go do that, go watch the movie. Now, right now, we'll wait. Okay, everyone, back? Good. This is a Disney movie, and it does encourage us to follow our dreams. Nothing new or original there, nothing surprising. But this movie doesn't aim to let us walk out of the theater with a subtle feel-good vibe within us. No, it berates us, all of us, as in all of humankind, not only for not holding on to dreams, but for succumbing to cynicism, despair, and hopelessness. I think this is worth thinking about, talking about, and hopefully doing something about. Allow me a tangential digression here. In 1992, I was at Wayne State University in Detroit working for Bill Clinton's first presidential campaign. On my campaign folder, I wrote something that I tried to keep as my guiding light during that campaign and have held close to my heart ever since. Cynicism derives from an unwillingness to accept responsibility. When we accept it as our role to build a better tomorrow, we move beyond negativity. The movie Tomorrowland could be better. The plot could be tightened up, we could have had more Tomorrowland in Tomorrowland, but the message is more important than just saying, follow your dreams. The real message of this movie, and the one that needs to be discussed, is that just following your dreams is not enough. We need action, we need hard work, and we need science. While the movie might be interpreted as suggesting that Tomorrowland is only open to those people who are already actively engaged in creative, artistic, inventive careers, the real message is that we must all become appreciative and get involved in becoming those creative, artistic, inventive individuals who will inherit Tomorrowland. How much truth is there in this message, and how important is it? Here's where I return to considering Star Wars, E.T., and Raiders of the Lost Ark, and why an in-your-face and over-your-head assault is called for today. For a generation now, we have been shown that science is the enemy. Good guys rely on the mysticism of the Force, while science creates Death Stars and evil cyborg daddies. Good science and technology belong to aliens from across the galaxy, because our scientists only want to slice and dice the harmless, Google-eyed alien and are devoid of all emotion whatsoever. Indiana Jones is a man of science and learning himself, sure, but the government bureaucrats that he works for are numbskulls and buffoons when they're not outright evil. Where has this kind of representation of science and the government led us? Let's look at more recent blockbusters. Do you think it's just a coincidence that Katniss Everdeen is a master of the low-tech bow and arrow, while the Capitol masters genetically mutated monsters? What kind of impression do you get of science watching the Divergent series? Maze Runner? And if Disney goes overboard in lauding the dreamers, what of the opposite? Has dystopian fiction really shaped our worldview? Let me refer you to my daughter's response to Maxwell, Katie, and Andre's reviews. Of course you guys are dreamers. You spend your days surrounded by awesome people. Have you spent any time in a high school lately? They need to be hit over the head because they just don't get it. And adults, are we any better? Are we skeptical of science? Cynical about our ability to make a difference? Have you talked climate change with any of the general public lately? For years, they tried to say that it wasn't happening at all. Then they said that if it was happening, it wasn't from human causes. Now they argue that even if it is our doing, and even if there was anything we could do about it, there wouldn't be any point, because we'll be overwhelmed by the inaction of developing nations. And anyway, we couldn't possibly afford to give away any competitive advantage to those developing nations in the first place. And governmental agencies, the nation working together? 50 years ago, we couldn't pump money into NASA fast enough. Now they practically have to hold a bake sale to get funding while we rush to privatize space travel, convinced that the profit motive will deliver us the same perfect system in space exploration that it's given us in healthcare. Because, well, you know, community action is just an ism away from communism. Tomorrowland is important because in its cinematic flaws, it encourages us to have these discussions. There aren't a lot of advantages to being 57 years old, but one is that I can remember 50 years ago when we all wanted to be dreamers. We expected that working together, using the wonders of science, we could build the Tomorrowland that we wanted. Today, dreamers like that are viewed as naive and derided for their optimism. Max, Katie, and Andre, you don't need to have that message put up in your face because you're already dreamers. But everyone is not as awesome as you are. And dreamers can't just cocoon ourselves with people who think and see the world the same way we do. Tomorrowland doesn't want us to walk out of the theater feeling good. It calls on us to walk out feeling a little bit worried, maybe even a tad desperate. We need to distribute those pins ourselves, to invite everyone to get on the creative, artistic, inventive pathway that leads us to a tomorrow that isn't dystopian. If you want to see more of Tomorrowland, it won't be enough to go into a darkened cinema and let someone else paint the picture for you. This movie calls on all of us to help build it. How about you? Do you believe in science? If you're watching this channel right now, you probably already do. But have you taken the time to try to talk to those who are skeptical? And more importantly, can we find ways of listening to them so that we can find ways to build bridges and help them cross over to Tomorrowland with us? Because deriding them as ignorant Luddites won't help. We need to do more than dream. We need to come together and work. How do we do that? How do we feed the right wolf? Give me your ideas down in the comments. Till next time, don't forget to be awesome. And I will talk to you again soon, hopefully.